Well, I'm going to begin by asking, I mean, horns is a variety of different genres. You can't really pigeonhole it into any in particular. I was just wondering if that was part of the appeal of this project.
Absolutely. But also, it's a part of appeal for this project. It's a part of the appeal with this project when you've got a director like Alex Ajar, who I really think can encapsulate all these different genres. Like, it's scary at times, it's sad, it's a love story, and then it's funny. And I think not every director can make that come to life in one movie, get all those different feelings in there. And I think Alex was the perfect person to create that universe.
And did you get a sense for that when you first met him?
Absolutely. When I sat down with him, the way he talked about it, the way he wanted to go into this universe, I was like, yeah, he's gonna kill it.
And there's a lot, I mean, the film's got a real kind of dark undercurrent of very kind of religious symbolism and kind of this kind of very sort of metaphorical mythology that's sort of surrounding it.
Yeah.
Is that an area that you're quite interested in as well? Is that something that is quite intriguing or fascinating to you?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think it's interesting. I think the way, religion plays into everyday life and fables and stories with morals, and I love all that kind of stuff. But I also think, for me, ultimately, what I was so excited about with the script too was how beautiful I thought the love story was. I just thought it was so special, and I wanted to be a part of that.
I was wondering, were you aware of the book before getting involved in the project?
No, I wasn't actually. I got sent the script and then met straight with Alex Ajar and was like, I'm so down. And then, of course, Daniel Radcliffe, I just think he is making such amazing choices in his career. Just such brave ones, and giving these bold, beautiful performances that I wanted to be a part of that adventure that he's on. And I feel really honoured to have gotten to work with him at this point in his career, because I just think it's going to skyrocket. I mean, not that it hasn't already, but I think he's really making cool decisions.
Is he quite because he's sort of roughly the same age. Is he quite?
I'm 2 days older than him.
2 days older?
2 days wiser. Yep.
Oh, yeah. is he quite kind of the way he approaches the industry? Is it quite inspiring to actors such as yourself? Because like you said,
So
after
grounded.
Potter, he could have made a few mistakes, put it that way. But his choices are all different to the next and equally as intriguing.
Well, I think he also is just incredibly passionate about what he does, and it's really about the work, and he's just really about challenging himself. And I think that's incredibly inspirational to be around. And I also think he's an immensely grounded human being, and also one of the most intelligent young men I've ever sat down and talked with. I learned so much from him, and he also has a great sense of humour.
Yeah. And in regards to, obviously, the book, the fact this is based on a book, did you quite like, because obviously you've worked on original screenplays and sort of based on sort of book screenplays as well. Do you quite like having a book to work with, or can it be sometimes quite overbearing having that much information?
I think it has to be, you're doing something very separate from the book. You're doing the director's take on, that's based off a novel. I think it's important to know that you're in the world that the director's creating. And I think it's like sometimes if you're being a part of a remake, I think it can be very dangerous to watch the original before you do the remake, unless you're already aware of it. But I think it's important to make things your own, and then be a part of the director's vision.
So in regards to your own choices, there can be sometimes some of the projects you take on, they can be quite sort of disturbing, almost gothic, some of them. Obviously recently you've had Horns, Maleficent, Sin City, and obviously The Dark Knight Rises. They've all got this quite dark, almost deranged atmosphere to them. Well, what is it about that particular type of movie that appeals to you?
I'm a dark and deranged human being. I think there's something very much instilled in me that life is not all happy, but it's also not all dark, and I think it's important to embrace both. And I think I've been so lucky to work with some amazing directors that create these wonderful universes that you want to be a part of. And I think it's about really reacting to characters you want to play. And I like watching dark and deranged movies. I also like watching comedies. I want to be open to everything, but I definitely find myself being drawn to the darker side of the tracks, I guess.
So how do you pick a script then? When you're sent a screenplay, your agent lets you know about a project. What is it that stands out above anything else that's almost like the icing on the cake, or that will sort of really push you into taking
cherry
something?
on top?
Yeah.
I think, instantly I will know if I want to play a character, and it's not anything necessarily specific that runs in every character I play, it's literally just reading this part and being like, I want to get to know her. I want to embody her. I want to free her sometimes, you know? And then it's a director for me. The relationship between an actor and a director is such an extraordinary one. It's like, it's so inspiring and so fulfilling. And I think that's a very important thing to me, to make that connection with a director and to feel safe. That you both feel safe working with each other, because you can go there, you can go as far as you need to go, and I that's key for me when picking jobs that I'm going to be a part of.
And is directing something you sort of entertain the idea of getting just involved in one day yourself?
I'm interested in that. I mean, I'm a huge admirer of my father's, and I think directing is for him and the other great directors of the world. I like being directed. I love it. I love it so much, and I love pretending to be other people. I mean, it's my favourite thing to do, and has been since I was about 3.5 years old. So, no, directing not right now.
And just the sheer kind of range of sort of really brilliant, very kind of nuanced characters that you have sort of taken on in your career so far, if anything, shows quite promising signs for female roles at the moment. And I was wondering if that's something you'd agree with. Do you think that there's quite a lot of quite creative, quite engaging roles out there for women at the moment?
I think it goes up and down, you know? I think the truth being told is there are amazing female actresses right now, all across the age range. Like, people that are the same age as me that I'm completely in awe of, people slightly older than me. You know, you've got the Jennifer Lawrences, the Jessica Chastains, like these women who are extraordinary. And I think sometimes there's this flurry of great female roles, and then sometimes it hits a complete lull, you know? And I feel it's in a little bit of a lull right this second, I feel like, with the stuff I've been reading. But I think it's so exciting when people, like the Ghostbusters 3 that's going to be all female cast, you know, I think that's genius. That needs to be seen more, because women are such powerful, powerful creatures. And I think it's so, or at least, I mean, maybe I'm biased, I'm a woman, but I love watching women in film. I love watching the grace of a woman, or the way a woman holds herself, the way, but I'm excited for some of the films that are going to be coming out with great female parts, but I do think it goes up and down. I don't think it's a constant great slew of roles for women.
And would you take a role in Ghostbusters 3?
You kidding me? Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you again, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Grown ups.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.